friends, it is September 1st and this is going to be the start of our first vlog. I am going to modify my plans a little bit. Okay, so I had wanted to do a Harry Potter challenge, and by the title you'll see that this is Harry Potter challenge week 1. So I'm still doing the Harry Potter challenge. I had planned for Pomodoros with the 3 categories: cross stitch, crochet, and knitting, and alternating like that. And I had planned for my projects to be Harry Potter related as I listened to the Harry Potter audiobooks, and seeing if I can actually get all 7 done in the month of September. That's a big ask, but we'll see. So then the Harry Potter school thing started, and some of that has taken away from that, and then also needing to make things for the kids has taken a bit away from that. So what I'm going to do, and also Semi Sane's Go Fish, which I'm using to help get me to not neglect my cross stitch, because in the past when I've done the Harry Potter school thing, the knitting and crochet school, I have completely neglected cross stitch because I am a Slytherin at heart. I am overly ambitious, and so I want to achieve everything at the Harry Potter knitting and crochet school. So submit projects for all 7 classes, all 4 Quidditch matches, all 3 headmistress challenges, do an owl, which is a very large project, and a mission, which is a large but not quite as large as an owl project. So like an owl project is like a blanket, or in my case this term, to make 4 pairs of socks in 3 months. And then a mission is like half that size. Okay, so it might be making 2 pairs of socks. The mission hasn't been the tasks haven't been given yet, so I don't know for sure what I'm gonna do. Not socks, because 4 is a lot and I'm still trying to fit other family socks in. But yeah, so as you can tell, I am really ambitious. So what I've decided to do to make these things kind of work together is every day that I'm able to, I am going to try to complete the Go Stitch. So Go Stitch with Semi Sane is a wheel is spun and a letter is chosen, and that letter, you need to stitch a project with that starts with that letter. Okay, so designers don't count, and designers don't count, only the title. Okay, so today's letter was E, and that's kind of I did have multiple project options. That's a benefit for being a serial starter, never finisher. And so I decided for this, I am going to do, so then you need to do 200 stitches. If you don't have a project that starts with that letter, you have to do 400 on the project of your choice. So that will come into play in a minute. So I decided to do the Epic Storybook Princesses from Clouds Factory. I started this years ago on a very nice navy blue fabric, and that's as far as I've gotten. So today I will be putting 200 stitches on this to get that checked off. On days where I do not have the letter, this is where the Go Stitch comes in. You have to do 400 stitches, and I will be working on Clouds Factory's Giant Harry Potter. Let's see. Let me pull this out. Giant Harry Potter. And oops, sorry baby. Fell off my table. I had started this once before on white fabric, and I'd made some pretty good progress, but the fabric got a little bit stained, and then I didn't like how the white wasn't showing up well enough, so that's why I decided to restart it. But so let me just show you guys how far I did get on it though. So, I mean, not the greatest, but pretty decent. But it was like with the fabric, I just didn't want to work on it. Not that I've really worked on it since I restarted it, but I got 28 count vintage country mocha. Oops. My metallic fell and I do not want the dogs to get that. So I am nowhere near as far on it, but this is where I am at. Okay, so 400 stitches for Go Fish would make some decent progress. On top of that, I'm really enjoying the Pomodoro style that I've been doing, that I've done one time. I keep on acting like I've been doing it multiple times. No, I've done it one time and I enjoyed it. So what my plan is to put, I've mind blanked. The 3 projects, knitting, crochet, and cross stitch as my 3 Pomodoros. Hang on, let me reference my master planner for the school of the Harry Potter school. Let's see. Socks, knitting. Okay, I'm gonna say it out loud, but you guys won't understand. Knitting, crochet, 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 knitting, crochet, crochet, crochet. Okay, yes, that's how it's gonna work. Okay, so, okay, so that will be my cross stitching for the Pomodoros. So the first step will be to achieve the 200 stitches on that day's Go Stitch. After that, when it's cross stitches time, I am going to work on Giant Harry Potter. Okay, even if I'm not using it as a Go Stitch. Oh, look, pretty little doggy over there. Okay, anyways, when it is knitting, I am okay, so for my owl assignment is to make 4 pairs of socks. So for my brother-in-law, yeah, for my sister and my brother-in-law, I have Harry Potter themed yarn that I had already planned to use for them. So, this is the one for my brother-in-law, and it is called Peeves the Poltergeist. For my sister, their family theme was green. So that's what I'm doing for them. I think I'm going to do blue for my sister Johanna's family. And then I need to figure out what I'm doing for my sister Alex. But this is my sister Kirsten's. And it is the colorway Severus Snape. And it is only because I love her as much as I do that I am willing to part with the Severus Snape colorway. Because I love Severus. He's my favorite character in the Harry Potter series. But I love my sister. And she really wanted green socks. So there we go. She will have green socks. Okay, so when knitting comes up, that is what I will be working on for knitting. Crochet is the one I had to make the most adjustments for. And that is because I don't, like, I have crochet projects that are Harry Potter themed, like my Harry Potter themed advent that I'm making granny squares for, but that is not in my plan for this month for the school. Mainly because I need to make things for the kids, like whales and octopuses and scrunchies. And so when it is crochet, it is something that is going to be a Harry Potter school project, but not necessarily Harry Potter themed, okay? And that is the best I was able to come up with to work all of this in. Because I was really excited to do the Harry Potter theme September. And so I still want to continue with that, but I've needed to allow for some flexibility. Not always flexible with myself, so I really needed to fit some flexibility in. So, with that said, today is Sunday. It is 2:15, and I will be doing Pomodoros. Sorry, I'm trying to think. I can't actually work on the socks for these. However, I do need to submit the owl proposal, which means I need to knit swatches for all 4 of the socks. So these 2, and I'm doing different patterns for all of them. For my brother-in-law, it's going to be plain vanilla. My sister's is going to be a fancier pattern. Hang on, I printed patterns, so let me just, sorry for how unorganized I am, but you know, if you've been here for a while, you know this is just how my brain works. It's all over the place. Okay. So these are the baby socks I'm hoping to make for my niece. And I'm hoping, I mentioned in my last video, I have 8 ounces left over from her brother's sock. And I am hoping 8 ounces will be enough for this tiny little baby sock. If not, I will rip it out and I will find maybe contrasting heels and toes. We'll see. My socks are gonna be the Fairground socks, and this is an Advent stripe that I didn't even start or wind last year because I was so sick. So that's what my sock is going to be. So I need to knit a swatch for that. I have 2 kind of vanilla options. This one is specifically for a men's size 11, which is what my brother-in-law is. And so his is a self-striping sock. So I'm going to make these in that for him. And I think that that could work out fairly quickly. For my husband, we are going to have matching sock colors, but while mine's going to be the Fairground, for his I'm going to do the Village Fete sock. He doesn't want just plain vanilla, so this is my compromise on that. So Village Fete, same exact yarn as mine. This came as 130 grams, which is not, I mean, it's like, it's more than a normal ball. So I'm hoping that with the contrasting color that it will be enough. Okay, and then finally, the one for my sister is going to be these, hers is the most complicated, and these beautiful winter solstice socks, and I'll knit them in this. I'll look through my stash to see if I have a good contrast color. I mean, maybe gray. I do have gray. I know I have gray, so maybe I'll do a gray. The other option for my husband is, okay, so the other option for my husband are these crunkled socks, but I was also thinking one of my other 2 sisters might like this pattern. So I might do that for them. And then I also have these rumple socks that I printed out. And I think that could be nice for one of them or my one sister's husband. I haven't decided fully yet, but those are kind of the plans. I have them in this sock folder. I do have to make the decision for I'm going to make my sister the solstice ones. Okay. So yeah, so I need to knit swatches for all of those. So that's what I'm going to be working on when it's knitting time today, just so hopefully today or tomorrow I can submit my owl proposal. Once it gets approved, I can officially start knitting on those. So that's my plans. In between, because usually how a Pomodoro goes is like 25 to 30 minutes, then a 5-minute break, 25 to 30 minutes, depending on what you set it at. Then 5-minute break, another 25 to 30 minutes, and then you have a long break, which is 15 minutes, although I'm going to change mine to 30 because I'm going to do cleaning during the long Pomodoro split. And during the 5-minute ones, I will work on trying to continue to finish that. I just want it off my plate. So that is what I am doing. I will come back at the end of today. Oh, sorry. No, for crochet. I didn't say this. For crochet today, I will be working on making octopuses for the kids at school. I'm going to see how many I can do during the weekend, and then I will be submitting that class. Because, wow, a little dangle. Because, yeah, that's just, it is what it is. The kids really love the octopuses. I need to make more. I do have 2 that are already made, so I may just take those 2 to school and then continue working this week on octopuses. But I have yarn, like thick, heavy yarn. So I really just want to get rid of as much of that as possible. So yeah, that is the plan. This was a long intro, but I just wanted to explain what we're going to be doing. I do still have like 10 hours left of the Stormlight Archive 4th book, but I'm going to save that to listening to at school while I'm like shelving books and stuff. And so I will be starting the first Harry Potter audiobook. Stephen Fry narration. I have never listened to that narration because Jim Dale is the only one that's been available in America, but they finally released Stephen Fry to us, and I love Stephen Fry. Like, I've loved him since watching Jeeves and Wooster growing up. I love that show. I need to watch it again. I love it. I love his accent, and yeah, so I'm just really excited to be able to listen to that edition. So I will let you know how far I got at the end of today. But until then, hope you're having an awesome day. Bye. Hey friends, back on September 2nd. So we played games until about 3 a.m. And before that, my husband and I went and got street tacos for dinner. I did not do much crafting at all yesterday because I spend so much time cleaning, and like the cleaning bug doesn't hit me very often, so when it does, I just kind of go with it. And Sunday nights are our garbage night, so yeah, so that's what I was doing. Anyways, so let me share with you this Harry Potter knitting situation. Okay, so oops, lost the tag. Okay, so for the owl thing, I have to swatch all 4 of the socks for the homework assignment that I am going to be doing. And so what I've decided to do is I will wind up a skein and then knit the swatch. And so I'm going to be dividing my time. Instead of doing like actual Pomodoros, I'm going to divide it by like tiny accomplishments. So when it's knitting's turn, I will wind and then knit a swatch. And then I will move on to crochet's turn, in which I will make 1 or 2 octopuses. And then I will do cross stitch, and I'll do 100 to 200 stitches. I'm going to try to time it so that they're all getting a fair amount of time, but that is how I am going to do this. until I have all the socks wound and swatched. Okay, so I didn't knit much of a swatch. This is the one from my brother-in-law. Because the gauge for this one said 8 stitches in 1 inch. So all I wanted to do was get this enough that I can take a picture and show that it is 8 stitches for 1 inch. I didn't want to waste my time doing too much of a gauge. Oh, and it specified that it needs to be stocking knit in the round, because I'm going to pull all this out. So I don't want to waste too much time doing this. And I measured it. It is 8 stitches. So I'm gonna leave this on the needle until it's approved, but I am hoping that that is enough of a swatch to count and that I'm not gonna need to knit more on it. So the next one I will do, I don't have it over here, but it will be my sister Kirsten's. Hers is the most detailed of all of the patterns I'm gonna do. So, yeah. Okay, also what took so long is this got super tangled, and it took me 5 chapters of Harry Potter, and I am listening to Stephen Fry's Harry Potter on normal speed because his narration is so great. I had moved it to 1.2, and then it was just, it didn't sound right, and I wanted to really enjoy and soak it in. So I'm listening at normal speed, which is very unusual for me. I usually do 2.0. So 2 times speed. Occasionally I'll just do 1.7. But to listen at a 1 times speed, that's like a never thing. Honestly, his narration is that good. He's reading it at a nice normal speed. So with that said, I did listen to 5 chapters of the first Harry Potter book last night. They are about to go to Diagon Alley. And so hoping to make some really good progress. Hey, no. Hoping to make some really good progress with that. A new letter was drawn for Go Stitch. I didn't do yesterday. Stop. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't do yesterday's letter, so I have to make up both letters today. So, hoping to get some of that done. It is not yet 2 p.m. and I have a load of laundry in the dryer and a load in the wash and another load or 2 up on deck. So laundry is the only chore I'm planning on doing today, and I told my husband that because I did a lot of cleaning yesterday, and I don't want to go. Tuesday is my worst day for library, and I don't want to go into work more exhausted than when I left on Friday. So yeah, I'm going to take it easy today. I will catch up with you in a little bit. I do need to edit a video, so maybe I will do that at some point. Okay, talk to you guys later. Bye. Hey friends, it's Kate from Kate's Crafting Corner. It is Tuesday, September 3rd. It's near about 9 p.m. And I've had a not great day today. So my husband wakes me up at 7:30. P.S. 7:30 is the time I'm supposed to be at work. So it turns out I had set the time on my alarm, but not turned on my alarm. So I managed to get to work in 15 minutes, like dressed and out the door. However, Tuesday is my crap day at work anyway, and so I didn't have time to eat, still haven't eaten. I have some leftover chips from my husband and I had sandwiches for lunch yesterday, and so I have like this many chips left. So I'm eating those. And then it was just, you know, kids being kids. I had to talk to a teacher about a student who attempted to steal some little squishy toys from my prize box. So that sucked. It always sucks having to do that. I stayed really late at work because I ordered from Scholastic, using some of our Scholastic dollars, a book drop. So like, you know how you go to the library and there's that the container that you put it through the little slot and then the books are there. So I ordered one of those from Scholastic using our dollars, and this was like the third time it was supposed to be out for delivery. So it was out for delivery, that's what the thing said, but it hadn't arrived by the time our office closed at 3:30. So I had asked the receptionist to put a sign on the door and directing UPS to go to the library, which is around the corner from the main office, and to deliver it there. So I was staying late so that I could receive this package. Turns out she stayed late, which she never does, like 15 minutes late, and had collected the delivery, and she just hadn't told me, even though, like, it's all in the same little entry corridor. Could have told me. Anyways, whatever. So by the time I realized it had actually been delivered, it was late, like 6 or so, maybe 7. So I just was there waiting, and because I was late, I didn't have any knitting or crochet in my purse, like, to go to work. I didn't have any knitting or crochet in my purse, so nothing to do but actually do things in the library. And yeah, so now I'm home, taking the dogs out, I'm sitting down, I've asked my husband to pick up something for dinner. I don't know what he's gonna pick up, but he said okay. And so I'm here to do today's update. I was wearing a matching green headband. Don't remember taking it off, but apparently I did. So, yesterday I finished doing the swatch for my sister's socks. So here we are. Here it is. It meets gauge. I also ended up using the money that I had kind of planned on using for a Gilmore Girls advent calendar, where each day corresponds to an episode on the first season, so it's kind of like a watch along while you crochet. But I ended up ordering a kit for the Stephen West knit along that starts in October. I wasn't planning on it because of all the drama from last year, and then, like, I've never actually finished one. They're all currently WIP status. However, it is a 2-color kit this year, and you need 2 skeins of each of the colors, and I never have 2 skeins of colors. And then I saw this kit that really, like, spoke to me. I'll put a picture here, but I think it is gorgeous, and so I ended up signing up and buying it. So it's coming from Australia. It was a little bit cheaper also than buying the advent calendar. So yeah, didn't buy that advent calendar. Who knows? The dyer posted that it's open for till October 1st, and so there's still a chance to fall down that rabbit hole, but so far I'm keeping it below last year's level, so, you know. And Miss Babs released her advent kits, and none of them spoke to me enough to buy it, so didn't fall into that one either. I've just been looking at these stitches and, like, look how pretty they look. They're just so tiny. I do have a mistake in here, and I keep on staring at it. It's right here. See how that, I think what happened is I must have slipped that stitch around and then I knit it. But since this is just a gauge swatch, which is required to do, I'm not I'm not worried about that blip of a stitch because it's all going to be pulled out. So, yep, that is that one. Hang on, I'll be right back. I left the other thing I did over there. Okay, I'm back. I don't remember if I did these two yesterday or if I did them the day before yesterday, but I think I did them yesterday. And these are two little octopus. I need to do a couple of more. Oops, oh, there it goes. So I'll have 5 colors total, and we have to do pairs for this one challenge. And so I'm hoping to, and then one of the Hufflepuff challenges is to post a class by the 5th of the month. So I am planning on having these ready for the 5th of the month. So I've got this color to make a couple octopuses in, and this skein was unfortunately like this. I bought it off the clearance bin. So that is one color. This is another color. And then this is the third color. So I need to make 2 in each color. And to kind of go with that, I made an Amazon purchase. Well, my husband needed to buy something, and so then I finally had him buy me all of the safety eyes I've been wanting and had in the cart for a while. So I bought packets, 600 pieces of all the different sizes. Just because I wanted them to be with their size. I have a little container that has them all separated like that, but yeah, I wanted the different sizes, and I'm gonna put a label on it and say what size they are. Although this one cut off the size on the little, hang on, my husband's calling. Okay, I'm back. My husband was calling because he's left work and he's stopping to get Wendy's for dinner, so actually he's gonna be here pretty soon. So all the plans I was gonna tell you for what I was gonna try to do before going to bed, I will probably get none of them done. But so we'll see if I can get a couple of those octopuses done. I want to I'd like to wind up one of the 2 skeins for this my husband's socks, so I can possibly knit the gauge swatch. So yeah, so what I was saying was I bought all of the googly eye sizes. The two of them, they cut off the number of the millimeters, so I'm gonna have to check on my orders history. But so this is oh wow, reflecting back on us, this is 600 pieces, so 300 eyes and 300 washers, which makes about 150 items of 12 or 14, don't know, we'll check later. Then I think this might be 10, same situation. Now this one I do know, it is 6 millimeters, same amount. And this one is 8 millimeters. So lots of eyes. I didn't actually think they would all come in their own cases. I thought they would come in bags. So I was gonna get like separate little containers to store them all in, but now I don't have to because they all came in their own. And the last thing I ordered, oops, yarn. So the last thing that I ordered, hang on, let me rescue this from the dogs. You know that they'll get at it. I'm going to have to make the ones out of this color first because I need to use the yarn winder to wind it into a proper ball, since it is, you know, a mess. So yeah, the last thing I ordered are these like clips, right? I did not order them for my hair, even though I might use a couple for my hair. But you know, these clips. But I ordered them so that once I've wound a yarn in a cake like this, although I'm thinking more the bigger yarns like these, I can clip the loose outside end using this. I've seen people doing this on Instagram. You just like, you stick it through and then you clip it and then it won't go anywhere. So yeah, that's why I bought these. I'm pretty excited about that, to be honest. I'm going to use a couple tonight. So let's put you back. So I'm definitely not going to get done as much as I'd hoped to. On the Ghost Stitch, it was like, make your own choice, basically. That's not how it's worded, but that's basically what it is. And so I decided for that, I will be doing 200 stitches on the Giant Harry Potter. However, that's definitely not going to happen tonight. So I've got a couple of days to catch up on for that event. Anyways, Tuesday is my worst day for work, so that is over. Wednesday is the next worst day for work. So, okay, the reason why Tuesday is the worst day for work is because I have one class in each grade level at my school, kindergarten through 6th grade. Okay, so that is all the grades visiting. And not only do I have that, I have a few of the worst classes in some of those grade levels. Like, for sure, and no one disputes this, the very worst behaved 6th grade class. We are kind of convinced that they took every problem student and put it all in the same student class. All in the same class. Like, talk to the teacher says that, the other teachers in that grade level say that. It is a bad class. Do not know how they thought that group was a good one to put together, but it is a bad class. And so, yeah, I feel really bad for that teacher. I talked to her after school today because she brought in lamination and she's like, I don't know what I'm going to do about this. I'm about at my wit's end, and I try to make a new seating chart and there are problems with everything. And I was like, yeah, I know. I've thought about assigned seating them in the library, but I don't know what to do. And she's like, well, we might have to do assigned seating. I'm like, yeah, whatever you want. So yeah, they're delightful. And then one of my work besties, I have her class on Tuesdays, and last year she had a really good, well-behaved class. This year she has like the demon spawn. Probably shouldn't say that, but this kid, 1st grade, has already thrown over a desk, a chair multiple times, has ripped up her like teacher manual book, has ripped up all kinds of things. This kid is just, he's a problem. I think he spends more time in the office than he does in the classroom. I feel so bad for her because this is also, I think, her evaluation year. So, yes, she has the monster kid. And he wasn't with his class in library today because he was in the office. That was the same issue last year. So then he comes one-on-one, and that's fine. He's actually okay, usually one-on-one level. So got him checked out really quick. Like I said, I had to talk to a teacher about one of the students who last year helped in the library, and she'd come in to help today, and then she was trying to steal, and then she lied about it. So the teacher and I were putting our stories together of what she had been told and what I had experienced. And so yeah, she's lost her library helper status, and I always hate for that to happen, but can't have you stealing because I have to be able to trust my library helpers. Like, they have access to my computer because they'll check things in and out. They, and the ones I have right now, they're a very good group of girls, very responsible. They'll come in and they'll just start working. I won't even necessarily give them a task, and they'll just go about things. They especially love lamination, which, have at it, ladies. Rather you than me. They like putting my popsicle sticks together, which I have all the names of all the students written on a popsicle stick, divided by class. It takes a long time because I recycle the popsicle sticks every year. So I take last year's, like, let's say last year's 5th grade class, and I use all those popsicle sticks. I throw away the students who have left the school and then write new popsicle sticks for the new students in that grade, and I separate them into the 3 classes. Every grade has 3 classes at our school. It's fine doing it. It's better than the smell of Sharpie as I write all 600 kids' names on popsicle sticks. However, it is very time consuming. So the kids do that. They don't mind it. Some of them I'm okay with putting away books. Some of them I'm not quite sure I trust them yet. But the ones I'm not sure about yet, this is their first year helping. So they're still learning the ways. So it'll be okay. But so, and then I was talking, I don't remember, did I finish telling you? But so that should come from the front office, the book drop, and into the library tomorrow. So I'm hoping to be able to put it together. And then because Monday was a national holiday, I might need to reschedule my Monday classes. One of the teachers reached out. The other 4 haven't yet. But I'm thinking they can't really reschedule until my free day, I guess, is Thursday and Friday, and by that point it's kind of like, what's the point? So we'll see if they do. If they don't, then Friday is my easy day. I have 1 class, 1 5th grade class. And the reason why is because at our school we do STEAM, so that's science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. And every grade does a rotation. So each week there's 2 grades. Okay, so this upcoming week I think it's 5th and 6th graders. And so on Friday will be like 5th graders, and on Thursday 6th graders, or something like that. So because every week rotates which class, I couldn't really schedule any classes for the afternoon because it takes place from after lunch till the end of the school day. And so I put that time down as collection maintenance. Last year they tried successfully for a month or 2 to rope me into doing some STEAM, but I'm not certified. So what that meant that basically I was handing out art supplies for like 3 hours, 2 times a week. And that was just time I needed to get things done in the library. Like, I just don't think my admin necessarily always understands how much work there is in the library besides just checking students in and out. Like, okay, we have 600 students. That means about 1,000 books get checked in and out of the library every week. That's 1,000 books that need to be put away. Then I still need to try to enter the new books that I've bought. I also need to try to weed out old books that aren't circulating but are taking up shelf space. And all these things need to happen. But when I don't have time because you see a hole in my schedule and you think to yourself, oh, she's free, must fill that hole. No, that's time I'm putting away books. That's time I'm covering the new books or entering them into the computer or a multitude of other things that need to be done. Okay? Your girl stays late almost every day because trying to get things done. So, I asked the other librarians in the district if they had to do this because I was like, am I being unreasonable, or do you guys have to do this? And they were like, no, and you need to nip that in the bud because that is not in our contract. And so I think they were worried about them having to do it. And so they were like, you need to talk to the union rep. And I told them I'm not in the union and I do not plan to be in the union. And then they were trying to persuade me to join the union, and they got really aggressive about it, which made me be like, I don't want to be in the union if this is the attitude you guys are going to give. Okay? Because I don't like being told what to do. I mean, it's one thing for your boss to tell you what to do, but for union leaders to tell you what to do, or for dues to be spent on like political crap and stuff like that, I'm not for that. And so I'm not in the union. They almost got me, but I just emailed my boss, the principal, and I was like, here are the notes from the librarian meeting from this month, and they said that doing STEAM wasn't in our contract, and I really need to use that time for, you know, putting in new books and all those things, right? And she right away emailed back and was like, okay, sounds good. Oh, because I was also like, and the teacher I'm helping with, you know, at the beginning, I know she needed my help, but I think now that she's become acclimated to, because she was a first grade teacher, but then she changed just to doing visual and performing arts, so she was seeing now all the grades, and she wasn't used to that. And I said, well, now that she like knows all the students and she's used to it more, I don't think she needs me, because I was also the enforcer for a while. I knew every kid, and I knew who shouldn't be sitting next to each other, and I could snap my fingers and point at them and they knew to stop. Yeah, was just glad not to be doing that anymore. And geez, wow, I've been rambling for 15 minutes. Sorry about that, guys. Probably not interested in my library life, but yeah. I don't know where to go. Okay, I'm gonna stop filming this. I am going to try to maybe do an octopus before my husband gets home, but I was talking so long, he'll probably be home any second now. So I'll update tomorrow with what I got done tonight, if I manage to get anything done. So chat with you all in a bit. Bye. Hey friends, it is Wednesday, September 4th. You may notice that is back, and that is because it is like 105 today. Hey, and last night it was something atrocious. It was just so hot, and I just couldn't sleep. So I came in here to the AC. Normally, where I live, there's a nice breeze at night that comes off of the river, and so it's normally quite cool at night, like too cold sometimes. Well, in my husband's opinion, too cold. For me, it's not too cold. But anyways, so last night it was not that. It was not cold enough, and so I slept in here, me and all the dogs, on the air mattress, and my husband slept in the bedroom because for him it was not too hot. Anyways, so they messed up. My husband got his Wendy's. They messed up my order. That was disappointing. I also had gotten a chicken wrap, and it did not smell good, so I didn't eat it. I took it to work. I also didn't eat it there. So I would not recommend the Wendy's chicken wrap, which is disappointing. I do like a good chicken wrap. And I was like, this has lettuce in it. It's somewhat healthy. Anyway, so did not do any crafting yesterday. I did, however, wind yarn so I could do the swatches for both mine and my husband's sock. And also I wound that out of control skein. Here it is in all of its glory. I mean, it doesn't look that tidy, but it's a lot better than it was. And look, there is one of the clips holding it in place. So, and it's pulling from the center pretty decently. So I was gonna do an outside pull, but I may do center pull. Center pull is generally my preference. Anyways, so it is 5:15. It is 5:15. I've been to the post office to mail a package. One of my old work colleagues ordered 3 scrunchies, so appreciate her for that. Let's see, what else? Well, then I came home. What else? I did stay at work until like 4:15-ish. Our main office's air conditioning is broken and has been for the last 2 weeks, but today they finally cracked, the secretaries and the admin, and they came into the library to work for the last half of the day, and they're going to be in there tomorrow and on Friday as well, which, I mean, it is what it is. I normally listen to an audiobook, so I can't do that, but it's fine. I have things to do. So the reason in those times I don't have a headphone in, so I normally just like listen to the audiobook and carry my phone around with me as I shelve books and things like that. But I mean, it's fine. Because the office was 92 degrees when we left school today. So I just can't even imagine working in that kind of an environment. So anyway, so what are my plans for today now that it's 5 o'clock and I still have a decent amount of time? Okay, so I am doing a whip tag. It's a game that one of the houses does, Gryffindor. And so there's 3 of us in a team together, and when you're tagged, you work on your project for an hour and then you tag the next person. So I was tagged last night and I haven't had a chance to work on a project yet. So what I'm thinking about doing is taking some of my cross stitches that are close to finishes, like the advent calendars, and working on those for an hour each time I'm tagged. So that's what I'm going to do today. As we get closer towards Christmas, I may have to use it to work on presents. But it is just the beginning of September, so we're still more optimistic than we should be about what we can accomplish. And so my first plan is to do the 100 stitches on that. So that'll be my first cross stitch rotation. And then I'll do the first color, and I'll make 2 octopuses and that, and then I will do the gauge swatch on one of the one of the socks. I have decided to change the pattern I'm going to do for my husband, just because there was like a stripe down the back. I don't know. The Village Fete is a nice sock, but I'm not sure it's right for my husband. So I decided to change it to String of Lights by Sock Witchery. And it's a fairly easy pattern, so it should be fine. Oh, excuse me. So those are my plans. Then for the next time cross stitch comes up, I will work on the next go stitch thing and so on and so forth. So gotta get started on that. Hi, Maggie. Pretty girl. Go drink some water. She's panting. So yeah, and then I'm also hoping to finish Harry Potter book 1, because it is the 4th of September and I should have finished the first book by now, because if not, there's no way I can possibly achieve finishing as much as I want to finish. So I am going to get that started and going, And I will try to come back at the end of the night with an update. My husband and I are probably going to go out to eat, maybe at Applebee's or something, just because it's so hot. It's too hot for me to cook in the kitchen. So that's what's on deck. I don't know when he'll get home tonight because he's been doing a conference. He's like at a conference today, and the conference goes a whole week. But he has to leave the house at 6:30, so he's like wants to go to bed early. In this heat, good luck. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'll keep you all updated. So until then, I will chat with you all later. Bye. Oh my gosh, you guys, the heat really just makes my brain stop working. I had meant to tell you guys this yesterday, and then I forgot, and then I brought it over to show you guys today. So this was my 200 stitch progress on the Epic Disney Princesses one. So I finished the doors, and I've done quite a bit of the white in here. I had actually wanted to keep going, but I forced myself to stop. Sansa! They are so loud that they're little squeaky voices. Anyways, so that is that. And then I also bought a ton of yarn over the last 24 hours. So I had an Amazon gift card for $200, and I've had it since the spring. And I finally was like, we're gonna spend it on Bernat Velvet and scrunchies. No, like not scrunchies, the haired ties. So that's what we did. $200 of velvet yarn and scrunchy things. The hair ties. Then we were like, Joann's is having a sale, and there's colors I don't have that I need / want. So, bought some for an in-store pickup there. And then, I was on the way to check out, like, this is the first in-store pickup I've ever ordered also. And then there was this Bernat Velvet color that I've never seen, like not on Amazon. It's not on the main listing for Joann's for Bernat Velvet. It said it was on clearance. It was a 2-pack, like called something like apple cider or something like that. Then I had to place an online order because it wasn't in the store. It had to be shipped. And so I placed an order for that, and then of course you had to meet shipping requirements for free shipping, and then of course you had to meet the minimum for a coupon, of course. So ordered more velvet yarn. We may have a problem. I should not buy velvet yarn for quite some time now. I think I have basically gotten every Juicy Couture color. And now I just need them to sell. Okay. The kids are loving the yarns. I mainly just give them scrunchies made out of Bernat Velvet because the cost to scrunchie ratio is a lot cheaper that route. It's about, I mean, it's significantly cheaper. I also think I need to lower my shipping costs on Etsy. It's so hard because I don't want to be paying more out of pocket than I need to, but also I'm wondering if the shipping cost is a deterrent. The trials and tribulations, I tell ya. Don't worry, don't feel too bad for me. So yeah, that was what I was going to update, but the yarn should be rolling in starting tomorrow. So we will see what all happens. I may have to end this video early and then start a new vlog starting with an unboxing. So we'll see, because this is getting long. I know it is. I haven't pieced the clips together, but I know it's getting long. So I will chat with y'all soon. Bye.